The sky was bleeding. Not with rain, not with fire, but with the crimson banners of the Draxian clans, rippling across the horizon as their war horns shook the valley floor. Forests trembled. Birds fled in ragged flocks. The wind itself seemed to recoil. At the center of the valley stood Commander Valira Katesh, last shield of the Oraline tribe. Her silver armor was cracked. Her arm bled freely. Her breath trembled but never broke. Behind her, the last 100 refugees, children, elders, wounded, huddled beneath the broken stone arches of the Way Shrine. She planted her spear into the earth and whispered, "Just a few minutes more. Hold on." The enemies kept coming. Wolves the size of horses. Claws wrapped in metal. Horned warriors painted in war ash. Their chieftain, a living mountain of meat and bone, roared, "Oraline, your blood ends today. No more tricks. No more ghosts. No more human protecting you." Valira stared into his eyes with a steel-hard calm. "He's not a ghost," she said. "He's late." The chieftain spat. "Humans die. Humans run. Yours ran." Her throat tightened, but she held her stance. Because somewhere above the clouds, somewhere far beyond the reach of her voice, he was coming. Or at least, he promised. And humans, she had learned, held their promises like anchors. Even when the world burned. The Draxian horn sounded again. The ground shook with hundreds of charging feet. Valira raised her spear, and watched it shatter when a hammer the size of a tree trunk struck it, splintering it into useless shards. She stumbled. The warriors surged forward. Her people screamed. For the first time in years, a flicker of fear crawled up her spine. She whispered, "Please, just a little longer." One Draxian leapt toward her, claws raised. Valira braced for the impact of death. When a shadow swept across the valley. A whistling sound, sharp and thin. Like the sky itself inhaled. Then, thud. The Draxian dropped at her feet, a clean hole punched through its chest. Silence buzzed through the battlefield. Valira blinked. She knew that sound. A heartbeat later, a human fell from the sky. He crashed down in a burst of dust and shattered earth, landing between her and the advancing warriors like it was nothing more than a mild inconvenience. He lifted his head, brushing dirt off his jacket. "Sorry I'm late," he said casually. "I was looking for my sword." Valira let out a sound that was half relief, half disbelief. "Chen, you insane sky-falling lunatic!" He grinned sideways. "Miss me?" The Draxian chieftain snarled. "You, the human. Impossible. You were dead." Chen rolled his neck, cracking it. "Nah. Just took the scenic route." He reached up, and something metal and enormous shot through the clouds like a falling star, embedding itself in the ground beside him. A blade. No, a Titan-forged slab of metal, taller than Valira, etched with ancient runes that pulsed like a heartbeat. Chen grabbed the hilt with one hand and ripped it free of the earth as easily as a farmer pulling a carrot. Valira's lips parted. "You truly found it." "Yeah," he said. "Turns out the lost sword of the first Starborn wasn't that lost. Just sitting in an angry volcano spirit's pocket dimension. Long story." "Chen." "Yep. You are ridiculous." "I try." The Draxian chieftain slammed his spiked gauntlets together. "Kill the human." The horde charged. Chen sighed. "Here we go again." He stepped forward, and the world blurred. The first Draxian swung. Chen wasn't there anymore. He was behind him, sliding the massive blade through armor like it was wet cloth. Another warrior leapt. Chen kicked him so hard he skidded across the valley like a thrown stone. A wolf beast lunged. Chen caught its jaws, twisted, and sent it flying into its own ranks. Valira stared. She'd seen Chen fight before. But this was something else. He wasn't human speed. He wasn't human strength. He wasn't human anything. He was a meteor wearing a jacket. A dozen warriors jumped him at once. And he spun, carving a circle of silver light that sent them scattering like broken toys. The chieftain roared and charged. Chen met him head-on. Their clash detonated a shockwave that blasted dust and stones in all directions. The ground cracked under their feet. Chen pushed back, forcing the giant to his knees. "You," the chieftain growled, "are not human." Chen shrugged mid-fight. "I drink a lot of coffee." With one final push, he sent the chieftain flying into a boulder, splitting it in half. The Draxian horde hesitated. Chen planted the sword on his shoulder. "Anyone else?" No answer. Not even a growl. One by one, the warriors dropped their weapons. Some fell to their knees. Some turned and ran. Valira hadn't realized she was holding her breath until she felt herself inhale shakily. Chen turned to her with a soft smile, the kind only she ever saw. "You okay?" She swallowed the tightness in her throat. "You came back," she whispered. "Of course I did. You were gone for 6 months. I know. You didn't send word." "Sorry." The volcano spirit wasn't big on mail service. She laughed. Just a breath, but real. Then she stepped forward and pressed her forehead to his. Her people watched, but she didn't care. "You saved us," she whispered. He shook his head. "No. You saved them. I just handled the loud part." Her fingers brushed the edge of his armor. "You idiot human. You fierce alien commander." A pause. Then, "I missed you," she said. His voice softened. "Same." Behind them, the Wei shrine doors opened. Children ran out, cheering. Elders raised trembling hands in gratitude. The valley, once full of death, felt alive again. Chen wasn't a god. Wasn't a chosen one. Wasn't anything legendary. Just a stubborn, sarcastic human who refused to break when every universe screamed that he should. And to Valira, that made him more heroic than any starborn legend. She took his hand. "Come," she said. "They need you." He intertwined his fingers with hers. "They need us." Together, they walked toward the survivors. But the sky, still torn from his arrival, glimmered faintly with golden light. Something ancient had awakened with his sword's return. Something watching. Something waiting. Valira noticed Chen glance up at the sky, brows tightening. "What is it?" she asked. He exhaled. "A storm's coming," he said quietly. "And I think this time, it's coming for me." She squeezed his hand. "Then let it come." Chen smirked with that reckless, impossible human confidence. "Yeah," he said. "Let it." For now, the valley was safe. For now, her people lived. And for now, a human stood beside her, ready to fight the whole galaxy if he had to.